Okay, Scott, I want to go over what you'll be dealing with here. I've got mine powered by a power strip. You can add a power button. I can add a power button somewhere on the machine. Well, I just added mine on the power strip instead of putting one on the machine. Just turns the whole game on instead of having a power button. It had an original power button put on top with the original wiring on it, but I use that as a free play button on top. I put a free play button on top here, top of the machine, to give you free credits. Or you can just put quarters in here to get credits. Like I said, the power off and on is right here on the power strip. I can always add a power button on the game somewhere if you like. You'd have to tell me whether you want that or not option. But so this is what you would have on the game list. This is how it is. It shows an alphabetical order of each game. And you can just go from page to page here. Street Fighter, Metal Slug. It's got a bunch of older games, as you can see on there. Nearly all of them are either Sega or they're coin-operated games from back in the day, original ones. There's like several different Pac-Mans on there. There's Donkey Kong right here. You got different Donkey Kongs on here. Hey, Double Dragon. Let's see. Let's show you the Pac-Man. So I'm just going through the list. There's 1,299 games on this one. Let's go back. See, there's Pac-Man, regular Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, and there's a Ms. Pac-Man on here too. And I passed it up. It's on. There's a Ms. Pac-Man. They got it'll automatically load up a game if you don't play it for a while. Like here's Ms. Pac-Man. See, it's just like the original one. There's different versions of it. This is the original version. They have a Pac-Man on here that's really fast. There's two different Pac-Mans on here. So this is the original. This is just like you play at the arcade. And to get out of the menu, I just push the player button. Hold down, I can go out and exit it. You go back here. Just push the button down, exit. You go in there back into this, if you just select another game if you like. So it's all of them on this one. All right, you start over from the beginning again. You can scroll down. You go push over to the right. Gives you different. Quicker, it goes from page to page. Go back. Let's see. Now this is an original cabinet. So to find one of these, I got a good deal. I gave this for this one. I gave $75. It's going to be hard to find one that cheap. I might get one for $150, but a lot of times you might see them for $500. I mean, it might need work, it may not. This one here has been painted, which it looks. I put a flat black on it. I put what I do is I put Bondo in it. That's what you do with these old machines. You put Bondo in them. If there's ever a hole or something somewhere, put Bondo in it. Then you put a primer behind that. And I put a flat black paint over it. And it's really durable, really. But I wouldn't put a gloss. I put a flat that looks better. But fingerprints will show up on flat black. But you can just wipe it off. But it looks better than the shiny gloss. I think this is a flat black, like I said. Now, put reproduction decals on it. The front's original on this one. That's all original. I didn't change nothing. I put new coin mechanism in here and new doors and new T molding, new lights. I put a new light in here, light bar, and all the way around I redone it from top to bottom. And I spent about $300 on this one, maybe a little less than that. This is what you're looking at. So if you want a power button put on one, I can add that as an option, or you can put it on the power strip like I've got it. Just leave it as that. That's just tell me what you want, with a power button or not. The coin mech, I didn't know where you want to put it. I put mine on top where it's hidden. Maybe mine look original. I didn't add no extra buttons on this one or nothing. This is all original on this game right here. So depends how you want it. If you want me to add more buttons to a game like this, if I can find another Final Fight, I can always add more buttons to it. I can just find a Street Fighter game which already has the extra buttons. So with mine, I can't play certain games like Street Fighter. I can play it, but it's missing a couple of buttons because it's missing. I mean, I can punch and and jump, but I can't like do certain moves that they do in some of these games. But for the majority of them, it plays all of them. I mean, if you just want a couple of buttons on there, it'll play most all of them. But if you want to play some of the fighting games, you're going to need a couple more buttons. So, but that's just how I wanted it. I mean, so if you want one, you need to find a Street Fighter. That's what we're looking at. You need to find a Street Fighter somewhere or another Final Fight. Because I like this cabinet. But so I could find another, it doesn't really matter. We can find another cabinet. I can show it to you. And we can just go from there. But this is what you're looking at right here. So it's as tall as me. It's taller than me actually. So this is the original size. You can get the arcade 1-up. It's going to come up by right here. It's going to be about a foot shorter or so. So that's what you're looking at if you get arcade 1-up. But I recommend just getting a real cabinet because they're built better. They're a little heavier, but they're built better. And they would resale values a little higher on them than an arcade 1-up. They're cheap. They're all made of like particle board, but these are made better. And they're the original size. So just giving you a heads up what you're in for. Like I said, it's got a Pac-Man, Galaga, Mr. Dude's Castle, all those old games that are in the arcade. It does not have Stargate or Asteroids, which is, this particular setup I've got didn't have that. It's got Nintendo on there, like Super Mario Brothers. It's got a ton of Sega games on it, and I went through the list with you. So let me search and find you a cabinet. It's probably going to be. I think I've looked a little bit already, but I found one in Tennessee for about $1.50, and it's not a Street Fighter. It's a different brand. I can't remember what it was, but I'll keep an eye out and I'll be in touch with you. But I'll try to get you one with the dual. I can always add levers on here, but I'd rather find one that's already got the setup. Because that's a lot of work. Because I have to like cut out plexiglass for something like this, it's a little tedious. But I can find an original one, but it's already ready. Just replace the levers and just redo it. It'd be easier for both of us and cheaper. So there you go.